Hi everyone. In previous video, I have shown you how to containerize a web-based application. Now we are just going to expose that containerized application via Kubernetes and AWS load balancers to public internet. So it's a bit of fun, by the way. So you can have a game and you can expose it to usual users who are in public internet. All right, I'm just gonna quickly spin up a COPS cluster. The uh, so let me choose large here because anyway, I'm just gonna knock off this cluster after installing that. Okay, you can see how to install this COPS cluster in my previous videos. Just go and search on my uh, advanced security playlist, advanced Kubernetes security playlist, and you can see how to do that. So this will make it to do some change in configuration. Not found. Let's. Oh, it's mentioning, okay, finally configure your cluster with COPS update, blah, blah, blah. So you just have to follow up this one and definitely dash dash state is equal to your S3 bucket. For me, the S3 bucket is this one. Your one should be different than mine. All right. Let me go for a full screen. Okay. No instance has been spinned up yet. How about load balancers? Okay, API. So this is the API load balancer, which is provisioning, and it is regarding to the COPS. So for this lab, we just have two choices, either using COPS on AWS or EKS. The reason is uh, the cloud controller. So I'll show you after installing the COPS, you can see cloud controller pods are running inside kube systems of your kube system namespace of your cluster. So as long as you don't have cloud controller, which is AWS here, you cannot create load balancers via the command. So don't try it uh, via other types of installation of your cluster like Cube Spray, because if you're going to do it with Cube Spray, you need to have the AWS controller manager on that as well. So it's a very complicated, I think, procedure. So it's definitely better to use kops or EKS. I'm a fan of self-managed Kubernetes because I have more accessibility and flexibility by having a self-managed Kubernetes. So my preference is using kops on AWS, but you can use EKS as well if you like. Mm, Let me see what's going on. Cluster is starting. It should be ready in few minutes. Really? Okay. Still provisioning. Let's get back to my dashboard. Okay. Uh, I created a cluster with one control plane and two nodes. Mm, it's definitely not a production level cluster. I just do it for test, but you can have your own production cluster as well. Mm, okay. Okay, it seems that the health checks are passing. So let's run kubectl get node. Maybe load. It will take some time for load balancers to get ready as well. So yeah, it is still provisioning. Maybe that's okay. It's active now. So everything should be fine. What is it saying? Context deadline. Connection reset by peer. Oh, really? Okay, let's do it again. Okay, control plane is ready, and I hope that it's not ready actually. The reason it's not ready is it's because of the CNI. Once you got your CNI set up correctly, you will see the status as ready as well. A CNI is containerized network interface. So as you know that there are a lot of network CNIs that you can use, and CNI is an abstraction layer on top of your physical network layer. And uh, in I haven't seen anything other than Cilium, and it used to be Calico, by the way, but mm, these days Cilium is also a market. Cops is using Cilium, so The reason that Cilium or Calico is very useful is because you can have network policies on them. I'll show you later on how to work with them. So, but there are other network interfaces if you're just gonna do mm, uh, tests like Wave or Flannel or other CNIs as well. Okay, I'm not gonna get anything. Great, thank you. All right, just by waiting a bit, I it took a bit, couple of minutes. So I got my uh, cluster is up and running, and the status is ready because of the CNI availability as well. So just let me show you something. If I run kubectl get pod dash a, you can see that, okay, we just have kube system namespace. Can you see this one? This is AWS Code Controller Manager. So the reason we can actually deploy this lab is this controller manager. And Cilium is our CNI, up and running, everything good. So what I have done, I already created a game directory. Inside that directory, I have actually, I will put these files there. I put these game deployment YAML here. Okay. Uh, yeah, before I start this recording, I was struggling by running. You know that in order to uh, expose a service, first you have to create the pods. After creating the pods, you have to expose, create the service objects, and by running that, you can expose your services. You can either create pods or a deployment. This is a deployment which I created because I want to have replicas here. So these replicas will cause those pods, the game pods, to be duplicated. So uh, before going, let me do something. kubectl create ns game. This field, okay, the game is created. Okay, let me have a bit of fun. So what I gonna do? Okay, let's go back here. You know that uh, th this containerized image 2048 is a public accessible Docker image which I created in previous session for this game application. So just to show you a bit of troubleshooting as well, I just deleted the 8 at the end, or the T at the end. Okay, then I just gonna deploy this on kubectl apply dash f game deployment. So the deployment done, but if you go to here and you run kubectl dash n, this n is actually your namespace, game get pod, you will see that it's showing image pull back off. Whenever you see something like this, most likely it will be the problem from actually pulling the image. In order to uh, instead of get, you just run this describe and just use, for example, this pod name. Okay. If you just go here, you see that pulling image is a problem. Failed to pull image, Hamed.Soleimani containerized, blah, blah, blah. So it is it's just bit of, troubleshooting. Maybe in future videos, I show you some troubleshooting stuff like that as well. But okay, what should I do? I just delete -f game. I'm just gonna delete the deployment. Okay, deployment being deleted, so there shouldn't be any part. Okay, but I think that my namespace should be here. Get ns. Yeah, I already got my game network namespace here as well. So kubectl. Okay, let's do the change again. Game deployment YAML file. We just add or t here. So .x, yes, and just run it again. So this time, if I run pod, you see that, okay, pods are running. Okay. Let's have a bit of fun as well. I'm just gonna get into this pod to see what is inside that. Okay. kubectl. Before going that, I just gotta see more details about these pods. So O-O wide, showing me more details of this pod. Okay, this is a virtual IP, you can see. And since we are in our local machine, so we cannot ping it from here because it is just a virtual IP inside. Let me see if I can ping it. Definitely not, because it is a virtual IP inside the cluster. It's not accessible from here. But if I go inside one of these pods, kubectl -n game exec -id it. This is the pod name --sh. All right. So pwd. So it's an nginx, application. So I'm inside here. So I use this one. Okay. Let's see if we can ping this one or not. This is the other replica of that part. Ping this one. Ping not found, but anyway, curl it. Curl this one. See, I curled the other part. You can see it here is the new game. And let me show you. Okay. Curl grep-I, for example, 2048. Okay, you see, you could curl it. You could also curl this pod uh, localhost as well. So 127. I'll discuss about these issues later on, but okay, so you can kill the pod's localhost as well. So it's got access to the other pod, which is most likely existing inside the other node and this one. Okay, so let me show you something else as well. IT. Okay, ID. See, this is root, and it is definitely not a good security posture for a pod to be run as a root user. Okay, uh, this game, in order to change these, things, you have to modify the even the game and stuff. Like I don't want to go to these uh, things for now. Just wanted to have a quick look. Okay, so we already got this. Nginx is running. This game is running inside the pod. How are we gonna expose it? Uh, let's do the expose. Okay, get back from here. No, I'm in my local machine. Cat game service. See here, port is port 80, but I want target port. I'll put a name for that. Type is load balancer. Okay, let's kubectl apply -f game service. Okay, it's been created, and let me show you something. kubectl get svc kubectl dash endgame get svc. Okay, see, let me make it bigger. Go for a full screen. Okay, see, and now this is what previously you could curl it, and curl is by default on port 80. Okay, and now your service is exposing via this port. Okay, so what is going to happen, this exposed service is gonna map through your load balancer. See, see, type is load balancer. Even the load balancer IP was DNS was created here. Okay, so this is exposing to the internet. What will this service do? This load balancer do for this service is exposing it via port 80 to the public internet. So let me see if the load balancer is ready for now or not. This is the load balancer. Okay, active. This is the new load balancer you can see. Okay, get back to that. Listener. See, listening is port 80, and this is the port which is exposing it inside your VPC toward your load balancer. Uh, Honestly, I'm not gonna go through the detail how this exposing will happen because you have to have a bit of knowledge about AWS. or any cloud and the load balancer procedure and stuff like that, which believe that you already got it. But anyway, my plan is to teach them in future as well. What I gonna do? Let me see. Let me get back to my load balancers here as well. I copied the DNS name. Go for it. It might take some time, but see, okay, you already got your game here. So play a video game. I don't know how is this game running, but anyway. So, but anyway, you don't want to expose your game via a DNS like this. So what you should do, you should go to your route 53 and create an alias for that. So this is my hosted zone. This is my domain name, and here is game. So I already did it before. So I just put game here. You can put whatever you like. Record A, just turn on alias, and here, if you just you grab this IP at this DNS, the DNS name of your load balancer. So see, it was ending with 661, and now, yeah, it is ending with 661. So now, after a while, you will be able to play with the game via this address, which is more friendly. Okay, it's ready. Great. See? So you already got game dot your friendly domain name and your game. Enjoy it. You already exposed a game to the public internet. Okay, what you will do at the end, not to get charged, is just delete your cluster via cops. So let me see history grep cops. Oh, okay, I deleted it before. Cops delete blah blah blah. Don't forget to delete it because you will get charged too much. I believe that, okay, you have to spend some money to learn this AWS stuff. As I told you before, since I've got some AWS certification, honestly, I'm not sure if I told you or not, but since I've got some AWS certifications, once I'm going to any webinar which is hosted by AWS or take any survey, fortunately, they will reward me some credits by which I can do these, testing and stuff like that. And yeah, it most of the time I'm not paying from my own pocket for that. Uh, I believe even if you go to the, get involved in or participate in these seminars or, surveys and things, they might give you more credits as well. And anyway, it's a trick not to use too much, out of pocket for these labs. Okay, my cluster is deleting. Uh, okay, let me see if it will be done soon or not. To show you, okay, deleted cluster ICT Ocean Consultancy.net. All good and everything done. Thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and uh, just give me a like or whatever, comment or something, uh, so I can have more useful videos for you. Thank you. Have a good one, guys and girls. Bye bye.